What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. We are continuing to go through the Sunday card with the Colts and the Jets at 1 o'clock on Sunday on CBS. Jets are home favorites, -3, and the total is at 43.5 now. Looking at this game, Anthony Richardson is going to be back at quarterback. He started 6 games this season for the Colts, and he's 3-3. He started games 1 through 4. He had 2 wins and 2 losses. Joe Flacco came in games 5 and 6, and he came back games 7 and 8. And game 8 is he was injured in those 5 and 6. Game 7 and 8 is where he tapped out and said, "I need a breather." In the third quarter, it was 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the third quarter, and that's when he was like, "I got to tap out." It was 3rd and goal at that point, and Joe Flacco came in, and they ended up getting a field goal out of it. Final score in that game was 23-20 in a loss. There was one more touchdown scored in the fourth quarter by the Colts. But my point is, it was 20-10, and a touchdown there would have given your team some momentum, and you decided to tap out and go take a rest on 3rd and goal. So don't agree with that. I know people talked about that for 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but this is the game I'm breaking down now. That was his last game he played in. So he ended up that game with 10 for 32, 175 yards. So nothing to necessarily write home about. He's been on the bench for 2 weeks, thinking about what he's done, thinking about the narrative that's been said about him for the last couple weeks. So I think that he will be more motivated to play as a leader. But still, that game kind of has a bad taste in my mouth. He's going up against the Jets team, who the Jets are 3-7 with Aaron Rodgers pretty much all year. So that's something to talk about. Jets are recently coming off a loss to the Cardinals, 31-6. They were held to 79 yards rushing, 128 yards passing. Defense pretty much let them move the ball all game, but the offense couldn't get past the 20. The defense of the Cardinals let them move the ball all game, but the offense of the Jets couldn't get past the 20-yard line, which was a problem. Cardinals do have a pretty good defense, but they're playing lights out there. So they do have a win against Houston the game before that, 21-13 in New York. They were still held to 100 rushing yards versus Houston's 187. So Jets have not been able to get this run game going. It's been all on their 41-year-old quarterback. Defense was definitely able to sack Stroud 8 times, though. We definitely have a Jets defense that is still playing like it's supposed to in most games. Right, so weeks 4 through 8 were all losses. 5 losses in a row after starting 2-1. Lost to Denver 10-9. Lost to Minnesota 23-17. Lost to Buffalo 23-20. Lost to Pittsburgh pretty badly 37-15, and then lost to New England most recently before their win versus Houston, 22-25. That's when people were really calling for the heads of everybody. So I think the Jets can win this game against the Colts. I'm a little worried about the 3.5, even against Houston. They were able to cover that hook, and I think that's going to be the damning part of this. I don't really want to bet the Colts. I think this is a spot where the Colts can cover that 3.5, though. So, yeah, my pick for this one is going to be the over. I expect the Jets to do a lot of the heavy lifting after only being able to put up 6 points last week. I expect them to at least hit the mid-20s. And I expect the Colts to play a little better under Anthony Richardson than they have been either. Also, he's been watching for 2 weeks, and a lackluster performance from him might be a detriment to the rest of his career. So if he doesn't finish the rest of the season off on a good note, I don't know if he'll be a Colt next year. I don't know if he should be a Colt next year. Let's just say that, the mental game for this is just as important as the physical talent. So if you can't get it right, and he's barely played a whole season for the Colts in the last 2 years. So what are you expecting of the third season if his mind isn't right leaving the second? So I'm on the Jets in the over. Worried about that 3.5. If it gets down to an even 3, I'll probably definitely jump on it or jump on it again. But at 3.5, that hook worries me. But I'm only betting Jets in this game. So Jets in the over is what I like for this one. So lock that in. Let's get this money. We'll be back tomorrow to talk some more NFL.